Alright, our next film, Steven Spielberg produces, based upon a book, children's book, BFG, Big Friendly Giant.
映画に行きたい気分です。楽しみに咲いています。
Although he's not as big as the other giants, he's actually quite small compared to them. This particular giant was a dream catcher, so he'd capture dreams from a dream tree, and then he'd wander through London and probably other parts of England, and he would take dreams and he would put it in people's heads at night so that they could have really sweet or good dreams. If somebody's seen him, he would have to capture them and take them back to the giant land, so that they wouldn't, so that no one would try to find the giants. That there would be too much publicity going in his direction. So he captures this girl. She's seen him. He captured her, takes her back to live in the giant cave permanently, where apparently there was another boy back maybe 100 years previous to that who he had to capture for seeing him, and this other little boy ended up being murdered by the other giants that lived there. He had been eaten, and which is how he died. And this is why the giant is able to know about how to speak and how to do certain things in the world. His job was a dream catcher from the dream tree and putting it in people's heads, but the other giants who lived there, and I think there was about 5 of them, maybe 7. Can't remember how many exactly, but they were obnoxious, brutal meat eaters who liked human flesh. And so, to protect the girl and get rid of these annoying giants, which to no end would annoy the big friendly giant, he agrees to join with this kid, and they would together go to the Queen, and I think it's 1980s, because the Queen is quite young in this one, probably the 1980s, maybe 1990 I guess, and they enlisted her help to get the soldiers to go after the other giants, the great big ones, and remove them from the giant kingdom and put them on an island with a bunch of seeds to eat, vegetables instead of meat. A great children's film. This is not scary in the least. This is it has its humor points. It will hold their attention. Personally, I probably would have avoided it if it hadn't been the only film playing at the time, and I go to the movies every week. But yeah, I would recommend it as a family feature. This will entertain your kids and keep you entertained. You don't have to worry about any horror stories or anything. This is it has an interesting story to it, and it reminds me a lot. There's a lot of flavor here towards the animation films and the humanistic films like Pippi Longstocking. If you like the early Pippi Longstocking from the 1960s, early morning cartoon shows for kids, then you'll like this, because it's right along the lines of that type of style. So BFG, Big Friendly Giant, you might want to check this out if you have your family and your children.